So bear with me, I am using my new ring light for the first time in making a video and playing with different configurations of where I am and where it is and how it's positioned and things like that. Still, now that I've got lighting, hoping for a better camera at some point. I'm using my computer camera, which should be a really good camera, but I feel like it makes everything really grainy. I have an external web camera that is very sharp, but if you've seen videos that I've made with that one, you know that like the light flickers. It's very sensitive to the light, and it wasn't working with the ring light, so I went back to the computer camera. I know I could use my iPhone, and I might try that in the future, but that requires additional setup that I just don't have the energy for right now. Everyone's home for the holidays, and we're just doing our thing. Everyone's home for the holidays, and there's a lot of noise. Sorry about that, but yeah, it's just, that's life right now. We're back into a kind of a semi-lockdown situation, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I did my end of the year video. If you haven't watched it yet, please go watch that. Hear about all the books I read over the past year, all of 2021. And in this video, I was going to talk about things that I'm teeing up to begin reading in 2022. Actually, if I'm being completely honest, I've already started most of these, in part because a couple of them are library books with like only 14-day holds, and also because my goal is to read the on average 5 books a month, 60 books throughout the course of the year. And if I choose something other than manga, that gets harder for me to do if I don't read multiple books at a time and kind of give myself a head start. I have this beautiful book journal to help me with this year. I've always wanted to try journaling my reads instead of just using Goodreads, so I'm super excited to do that this year. And I have a stack of books. I only have 4, so there's still one more in January. I'm going to need to figure out what I want to read. But I will say that I'm starting with some nonfiction. I'm starting with Keep Sharp, Build a Better Brain at Any Age. The reason I am choosing to try it again. The reason I'm choosing to read this is because there's some concern in my family that my dad's mental health is declining, his cognition. Right now the doctor's saying no, it's just normal aging, but they are going to do some more tests in the spring. And when I did a DNA test, I found out that I have one variant for late onset dementia or Alzheimer's. And so that made me very aware of the potential as I age. I mean, I just passed a birthday, and I just thought, I actually sent a copy of this to my parents, and then this is a copy I borrowed from my mother-in-law, so I'm reading it too. I only just started it. I'm not very far in, but it's so far written really accessibly, and I really like it so far, and hopefully it gives me some good information and tips. I think the fact that I do read and I do a lot of puzzles probably will help. My dad is a reader, but not as much of a puzzle person, and he's not as maybe just physically active either. And if at least the early parts of this book have anything to say about that, those things can contribute to mental decline. So, it's good motivation for me to keep active, mentally and physically, at least for starters. The other thing I started reading, Love, Comment, Subscribe. This is a contemporary rom-com kind of thing. About, it's like, I guess it's adult. They're 28 years old. It feels kind of new adult because they're still kind of finding their paths in life, but I don't know if new adult's even still really a thing. I'm trying to read, more not diverse, well, more diversely in authors too, but just genre-wise. And I didn't really read any contemporary romantic comedies, chick lit last year. So I decided, it just sounded cute. I decided to pick it up. We'll see. I will try to be fair when I'm rating these books later, because not all of them are things that I normally read, so maybe it turns out they aren't for me, but I'm gonna try. I picked up A Marvelous Light. This is definitely much more in my wheelhouse. It's historical, like set in Edwardian London, queer, and there's magic. So like, yay, all a bunch of things that I like. I literally am only like 30 pages in, but already I am loving it. So I'm anticipating, if things carry on at pace, then I'm anticipating this will be a 5-star read for me. We'll see where I end up. Check in with me again at the end of the month. And finally, the dust jacket is gone, because my daughter was stuffing this into her backpack, and the dust jacket got ripped up and wrecked. So sadly, no more dust jacket. She read it, really liked it, was eager for me to read it. I have not started this one yet, because these two are the library books that have like the 14-day, and our library doesn't have fines anymore, so it's not like a huge deal if I go over the 14 days, but they won't let you check out anything else until you return the overdue books. So so I might end up being kind of stuck if I don't do that. Hope my son doesn't watch my videos anyway, but he's getting a book for Christmas that I might steal, another nonfiction. I am going to try to read like one nonfiction per quarter. That's like only 4 a year, which I think is what last year I read like 7, so maybe I should up and try to do 2 a quarter, 8 nonfiction in the year. But he's getting a nonfiction book that actually sounds really interesting to me, so I might poach that one. It's already wrapped, so I'll have to wait until he unwraps it. But might just sticky fingers. Anyway, that is so far what I have. I'm setting up my read 5 books, read 5 books, read 5 books. Those are my goals. Anticipated, I don't even know what's coming out in 2022, so right now I don't have anything anticipated that I'm thinking about, except maybe some of the manga series I am continuing to read. But anyway, that's what's on deck for 2022. If you have recommendations, if you've read any of these, let me know if they were good, what you thought. If you have like an idea for that 5th book in January, let me know that too. Maybe I'll add it to my book journal, if not for January, sometime in the year. Anyway, just trying, like I said, just a quick one, trying out the new ring light, seeing like what kind of setup I can get going. I just like not having to be in my egg chair when I film. I always had to be before because of where I had to sit for the natural light to come in. I know this is not like super exciting, but at least you can see some of my pops back here. My London pop up there. My droid from Disneyland. Things like that. Anyway, it's all stuff you've seen if you've watched the office tour though. Don't know if I'll have anything before 2022. I have a new opening animation that my daughter made that I'll start using in 2022 as well. I'm super excited to show that off. She's very talented. They are very talented. Trying to remember the correct pronouns. It's tough, but I'm trying. And once I start using their animation, I will link their Instagram in my description box so you can follow them and see all the other amazing artwork they do, because they are a very talented artist and singer as well. Okay, that's it. Merry Christmas or happy whatever holidays you may celebrate, and I will see you in 2022.